I'm a big fan.
Oh, dude, meat sticks are my shit. It's like my driving snack. Like I switched from, I can't say switched because I still eat a lot of pretzels. Um, like that's every time I get in the truck, I need a snack. That's like my downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Truck snacks.
Truck
So the meat
snacks.
sticks kind of like it's meat. They don't count. It's
Protein.
protein.
Protein. Yeah.
There's no fat in it,
Doesn't
which there
count.
is, but I don't count it.
No.
I just look at it as meat because it's a
Gains.
meat stick. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
salt, good
Mm-hmm.
for the body.
Yeah, that's our thing. Like we'll get packs of them at Bardeen's when we go, but then there's always like the longer sticks at the
Yeah.
counter, and we each get one for the ride home.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
You need to.
yeah.
That's SJ. He gets a meat. We get 2 packs of meat sticks, and I slice them open, and then because he like the kid loves candy, loves sugar, and Hannah has brainwashed him. I wouldn't say brainwashed. Maybe educated was a better word. He's like, that's unhealthy. I'm not eating it. I'm like, where the fuck did you learn that, kid?
Mm-hmm.
And Hannah beats it into his head because every kid wants candy and this and that, and she's not wrong. It is unhealthy,
Yeah.
but it's pretty wild. Like whenever we go somewhere, he's like, "That's unhealthy, Dad." I'm like, "Holy fuck, yeah, it is. You're right. Nice. What are we gonna eat? Grapes."
We had a bunch of snacks together the other day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't bring up the unhealthiness with you, did he?
Actually, he did stay healthy.
Oh yeah.
He came in, lined up all of his monster truck minis.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I need a snack. Like, this is 7 minutes after Hannah dropped him off. I'm like, all right. I was like, you want to go get something? He's like, in the bag. I'm like, okay, great. And he pulled out a little cheese and cracker packet.
Oh yeah. Huh?
He was calling them gummies. I was like, that's cheese. He's like, gummies.
Was there gummies in that one?
No, it was just the cheese and the crackers.
In some of them, there's like an extra slot for like gummies or like chocolate covered peanuts or some raisins or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fucking wild one.
And then he opened the bag of strawberries immediately after.
Yep.
I was like, hey, we should probably save those for in like a little bit. And then he just like looked at me and ate one. He's like, you want one? I was like, yeah, I'll actually take one.
Well, he was sharing them with Butler when he was cutting hair the other day. He came in with his grapes and strawberries in a bag, and it was time for him to get a haircut. And Butler was like, "Look at the size of those grapes! Like they were fucking huge grapes. I think they were from Sam's Club or some shit. They're fucking huge." And SJ's like bites it in half, and he's like, "Yeah," And he looks at him, and he's like holds a bag up to him with a mouthful of grapes, and I'm like, "You want one, dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll try one." That's funny. Oh, it's a riot. He is a hoot. He's
so funny. Like I was trying to get something done, like when he was in my office, and then he like looked at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just working, dude. I got to get this email done." And he like looked at it. He's like, "Oh, Dad." Like,
is that what he said?
Because you were all like, it was just pictures of you in the email. And he's like, "You play with me?" I was like, "I really want to." He's like, I was like, "But I got to finish this." And then he just like gives you like that look like, I'm like, fuck, like I do want to just stop what I'm doing right now.
It's the tough thing with me, like, because the second I get home, it's fucking game on.
Yeah.
Like if I have shit to do when I get home, it has to be put on hold for at least 5 minutes. Because he just wants to punch me, kick me, run around in circles. He's like, "You want to play? Dad. And I'm like, holy shit, kid. Oh, it's a riot. Really. I mean, that's part of being a parent. It's just the mayhem that comes with it. But boys are different. I will say that boys are different. And I think that, I don't know, I think that's what we do a good job of putting out online, is as much real shit as possible, as much fun stuff as possible. Because, I mean, a lot of our people are just like that. They're dads. They're fucking hard workers. They're all the people that do the same shit we do. And that's why it resonates.
Yep.
So, but we had a tremendous release for the Thick Boy season.
Yes.
A lot of comments about the Thick Boy stuff. Even some thick girls. They were commenting of they would like to see some thick girl stuff.
Yeah. I'm for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, into it. But I don't know. I thought the most recent AR release was my favorite because all of it was me. Everything in there was something that I really liked. There was not one item I did not like at all. Even the dad hat.
Yeah.
And I don't look good in dad hats.
You look good in this one.
But I think that I see Fexen wears it every single day.
Yeah. He's a big dad hat guy.
Yeah.
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 I like that we, like, every release now, like, we're coming out with things like I legitimately want to wear in my life.
Yes.
You know, like in the beginning, it's just, t-shirts and hats, kind of limited, doing off the shelf stuff.
Yeah.
And then we slowly started adding things in, but now like we're like, we can literally create anything now. So like we're creating things that there's a void, I couldn't find really nice standard fitment sweatpants that aren't joggers, that aren't shit, are nice and comfy, and here we are.
Yes.
Plush sweats.
I mean, it's the most fun, but it's also insanely difficult.
Very tough.
It's insanely difficult to do because you're trying to please as many people as possible in one like stint.
Yeah.
Like, how can I please the masses? And that's never going to occur.
Right.
Because it's like, not everybody likes all the same stuff. However, like this release was like hardcore gym apparel, thick boy season. Like, I don't know. It's fucking February.
Yeah.
You should have some hoodies, some really nice sweats, and fucking get ready to get jam jacked and juicy because the fucking spring is right around the corner. So it's like once spring hits, once end of April hits, like that's when you should really start getting in shape. Like that's when you focus on getting in shape. Why? Because it'll give you May and June to get into shape.
Right.
Like that's how it works. Take 8 weeks and get into shape.
It's like March 1st, you should start thinking about it.
Yeah, like you should
and then
be
by
like
April 1st, you should actually start doing some stuff.
Yes. Like getting into the swing of it. And then like, I don't know, that's how I've always worked it in my head. Like the seasonal bullshit that I do. Like the seasonal training. It's like, oh man, time to start buttoning up. Because we were talking about it yesterday with Aiden. It's like he's like, I'm fucking done bulking. Because you were bulking for what?
Done, bro. 20 weeks.
5 months of thickness. And it's like, yeah, you should get to the point where you're like, I'm ready to go. But then like, where is the point whenever you're satisfied with yourself? Like, how far do you go if you wanted to lean up or get cut or do a cut or do whatever it is? Like, how far do you go? Like, where do you go?
When you can't see your dick?
No. The opposite. The opposite. Like, where, not the bulk side.
Oh, okay.
Where do you go whenever you're getting lean? Like, I always say, like, if you get to 6 weeks out, like, you look pretty wild. Like, you look really wild. And that's when it's like, after 6 weeks is whenever it really starts to suck.
Yeah, because you don't want to push it too far if you're not competing.
Yeah, because then it like gets annoying, and then you're like, fuck. But the problem is like, also at that 6 week point, like, dude, if you go have like a bunch of like barbecue food, you're gonna get the fade real quick.
Oh,
They'll just fucking
that
hit you.
film.
And everything fades. The film comes over your abs, and you're like, fuck me. I worked so hard, and I go to one barbecue and eat fucking burgers, barbecue, and pasta salad. And I'm fucked.
You're fucked.
Yep.
That's not a fun time.
But yeah. Oh, I drank way too much coffee this morning.
Really?
Yes. I'm like borderline whacked out of my mind.
Well,
I couldn't. There's no way.
I mean, you were here till 11 p.m. last night.
Yes,
so.
I was here. I'm here late every single fucking night. Last night we did the podcast with Fuad and the Bro Chat guys because they have. So I'm involved in a bet,
A wager,
if you will. So all these guys on there, they all have beards. Okay, Fuad, Paul, Mike Van Wyck, and Ian. They all have beards like just around the same length as mine. Okay, but Fuad, Paul, and Mike all are bald because they're balding or they just pick their heads every day, dude. Otherwise, they have the fucking grandpappy head.
Yep.
And then Ian just got hair transplants, so like his hair is growing, but the sides grow faster than the top because he got the hair transplant. So the Arnold Classic is this weekend. And everybody's been making their picks. I've been on there a few times now. And the first time, they're like, hey, dude, like this being in this poll puts you in the wagers. Like if you lose, you gotta shave the beard. And I'm like, was like, I don't know how Hannah's gonna take that. He's like, then you're shaving the head. And I'm like, oh man, which one am I gonna catch more shit for at home?
Yeah.
Like, which one is worse? Because like, and then I was like, man, if I shave the beard, Hannah might have my ass.
Yeah.
Like, she really does not like me shaving the beard. So I was like, fuck it, head. I was like, I'm shaving the head. And I'm looking at everybody else. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody else doing though? You all are bald. Ian can't shave his head. He just got hair transplants. He can't do that. And so Fuad, I guess, is shaving in a mustache, which like he'll look very ethnic, if you will.
Yeah.
And then I think Paul's shaving his beard, or no, he's shaving into a mustache as well. And then Ian is gonna shave off his beard, which none of us really haven't had beards or anything. So
Yeah.
Mike is the only one that he's like, I'm not shaving my fucking beard. I'm like, oh, dude. And then we're like trying to get him to do something, and it's like because he has a shaved, his head is tattooed. So like he was security for Drake.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's what he did, and then he's trainer up in Canada.
Oh, that's where I seen him originally.
Yeah, Pure Muscle and Fitness.
working
So I
on
mean,
Drake, yeah.
Mike's in it, but he's so we're trying to figure out what to do, and they're like, we're gonna make you do this, like you can get this piercing. He's like, cool, and it's like nothing could happen to that guy that he wouldn't look cool, but he's like, I'm not shaving the fucking beard,
Not taking
guys.
the beard off.
Not taking it off.
I haven't taken
The stash off.
So like I went from bearded thick bob
Yeah.
to mustache thick bob
To thin mustache bob.
Yeah, there was never a period with no facial hair.
No.
In the last
4 years, 5 years, 6 years maybe. Bro.
Actually longer.
You might have no. I don't know if you've shaved it off since then.
No.
I've shaved it off more than you have.
It never came completely off.
Man.
Yep.
Yeah, so the wager we have here is the Arnold Classic and like the lineup. And we're all pretty similar, but if whoever like comes in last place, I guess I don't know the point system, but whoever comes in last place has to shave their head or shave their beard or do whatever. And I was like, I don't know what I'd look like with a mustache. I was trying to run through, like, if I shave my head, I think I'll look all right.
Yeah.
I think Hannah will be the only one that's super pissed because every time I've shaved my head, something stupid has happened. I didn't do anything stupid. Something stupid happened.
Oh man.
Actually, I've done something stupid every fucking time.
You're not wrong.
Every time, dude.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, she is terrified. Because every time I shave my head, I turn into crazy Seth all of a sudden. Every time, dude.
What happens?
Legitimate.
New persona just takes over.
Every time, dude. Like a fucking lunatic comes to
like, are you looking in the mirror, you take it down, you're like, okay, let's fucking, what can I do?
What can I fuck up today? Every time, dude.
Yeah, I feel like when you go bald, you enter a different realm.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It's a whole different.
So last night we were talking. It was funny because, like, to some degree, everybody on that podcast is a little crazy. Like Fuad trained like an absolute fucking savage. Like his intensity with training was top tier. Mike was fucking security for Drake, so he has a crazy side. And then Ian's the same thing, dude. You train with Ian, you better wear your fucking big boy pants. Like all a little crazy. And then last night we were talking, and we were talking about the food choices, and like, this was another good question they had, like overrated foods. What's the most overrated food? That was a last week topic, and then they asked me this week. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I like all food. I don't know if anything's really overrated. But what I was getting at was they were saying like back and forth with all the food. I'm like, well, like, what would you rather have a cheat meal pre-leg day, like the day before, or post-leg day? And I was like, oh, I go high calorie pre-leg day. You know, that was I believe that would be more beneficial for the leg day, and then have like a higher cal meal, but not too crazy post-leg day. And we were going back and forth, and then Ian and Fuad were like, you know, for as fucked up and crazy as you are, like, you're very meticulous. I was like, I think you're right. Because I would always do before my leg day, like I would prefer burger and like homemade burger, homemade French fries. That way it'd sit well in my stomach, and I would wake up still flat stomached and full and ready and go fuck some shit up. And they're like, you are a little bit of an anomaly. Like, you are a fuck up, but then like you're very meticulous about your food. I'm like, well, yeah, I thought we were supposed to be. Like, I'm like, oh, like in my head, I'm thinking those guys are actually a little bit more degenerates than I thought. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little different, I guess. Like I do the same thing though. Like I'd rather have that big surplus meal going into my bigger training day.
Yeah. They agreed, but they just thought it was funny because I eat pretty damn clean. Like my thick boy foods are like peanut butter and jelly rice cakes. Like I will eat a fucking jar of peanut butter. Like that's still calories. That's why I stay thick. You know what I mean? But they're like, you don't eat brownies. You don't eat fucking this. You don't eat that. You don't eat this. I'm like, no. I mean, I like them. I'd love to eat brownies. I just cannot bring myself to eat. Like I'll have like a piece of it if Hannah makes them. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Oh yeah, I can't. I have no self-control.
Well, that's what Fuad says. He's like, I have no self-control.
No.
That dude will fucking eat.
That's why like my late night eating, like I've cut the sugary stuff out and I'll just get like a plate of like some pretzels, a little bit of chips, a little bit of like Cheez-Its, and then like a pop.
Yeah.
I'll sit with that and like, because I don't want to go back for more. Like I'm satisfied after that little plate. The sweets, like I'll go get 2 cookies and then I'll sit down and I'll get back up and I'll look in the fridge and I'll get another one. And
the sweets the sweets will fuck you up. The peanut butter and jellies are what fuck me up. For sure. If I stop eating peanut butter and jellies, like if I cut them out of my diet, I guarantee you I will be leaner, much leaner in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I mean significantly leaner. 2 weeks. I just have grown accustomed to eating a peanut butter and jelly rice cake every single night for legitimately years. Every night, at least one, and a few scoops straight down the fucking face. But
I like how like you'll have like 1 or 2, but like you leave it open ended, like you'll leave the knife like on the edge of the sink just in case we're going back in.
Every time. I don't know. I like being satiated, satisfied. But the question they had last week, which was a hot topic, was what is the most overrated food?
That's a tough question.
I know. That's what I said. I was like, that's a fucking big one. And I think it was Ian. I think Ian is the one that brought up the one food that pissed everybody off, or at least pissed Fuad off. What would you say is the most overrated food in your opinion that you're like, oh, it's like it's highly talked about, but it's like underwhelming?
I'd have to go ribs.
Ooh.
That was one of the things.
I don't want to fuck with the mess.
That's a good one.
Did you watch the podcast?
No. Is it even out yet?
Yeah, well, that is the same comment that Paul said. He's like, yeah,
and the meat's
like
not even like.
And then he's like, and then he said, he's like, I just don't like the mess. Legitimately the same thing. Yeah.
Wow, that's a really good one.
Like overrated food, and I'm like, man, okay. Ian said pizza.
Oh, fuck off!
What the fuck?
Fuck off!
Listen, like it could be shitty gas station pizza and I still love it.
Well, that's what Fuad was saying. Yeah, he's like, fuck you, it's delicious. But yeah, I was I
mean, to spin off of what Aiden said, like any barbecued, like barbecue chicken, I think extremely overrated. Anything with a barbecue sauce, I think is
barbecue,
overrated.
bro.
I said that. However, the thing is like we don't really have barbecue here.
No,
like I don't even know like what would it be like if I mean that's probably why we think it's overrated, because we don't eat really good barbecue a lot. But I also am like, right. I'm not searching for barbecue. I'm just not.
It's never in my like when I go to hunt down a restaurant, when we're looking for a restaurant ever, we're looking for something nice, like light, something that's gonna feel good. You're gonna be sitting down and it's gonna be heavy. And it's gonna be messy.
And messy.
I mean, if it's
you feel messy afterwards.
You feel like
if it's like a well-known barbecue joint, that's where like I differ with my comment there.
I'll try it.
Like that I forget what the barbecue place in Austin, Texas I went to, but it really was good. Dude, it is not like barbecue that we're thinking of. Not even close.
That's what I mean. Like that's why I was having a hard time. However, when you're just thinking in general of things, like the in general thought of an overrated food, what would it be? Yeah.
I would not put pizza anywhere near that.
Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, like I'm having a hard time figuring it out.
I couldn't either. I jumped on the bandwagon of the ribs. That's what I said because Paul said that. And I was like, yeah. And then but yeah, it was food is such a like it is such a
touchy.
No, it's touchy, but it's such a universal conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that no matter who you are or where you are in life, whether you're fucking no matter what you train in life, like if you're an athlete, like you're an athlete of some sort, you could talk to a bodybuilder about food, a powerlifter, a strongman, a fucking marathon runner. Food is just such a universal concept of the love of it. Because we've always talked on here about like the craftsmanship of a restaurant. Like that's why you go to a restaurant. You want their best. You want the craftsmanship of it. And it's like, oh, I heard there's a really good chef at this restaurant.
Right.
I heard they do some really good XYZ at this restaurant. You're like, fuck yeah, dude, tacos. I love tacos. Let's go. Oh, the taco truck has better than the taco joint. Like it is such a universal thing. And I think that whenever you get like meatheads together or anything that you would categorize as a meathead in that genre of training, whether it be like there's meatheads in powerlifting, there's meatheads in running too.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna run. Like, but food is such a universal thought. So whenever the topic comes up, it's like, oh, get excited, get curious.
I love hearing anything about food.
Did you hear Billy's? Were you here for that conversation about Billy's? The bagel restaurant or the bagel spot that his uncle owns?
No.
So his uncle owns that Italian joint up in New York. Okay. Mm-hmm. Really nice. We went there and ate. It was delicious. Can't remember the name. I feel like an asshole because I can't remember the name of his fucking bagel joint in New York either. However, they just won best bagel in the city.
Holy fuck.
Huge fucking deal.
Dude.
Huge deal.
You're winning best bagel in New York?
Apparently, there has been numerous bagel joints that have tried to open up around that area that his bagel joint is, and none of them last. They all fail because that's where they go. And I'm like, dude, Billy, like this is a huge deal. Like because whenever he came in, we were like, hey, dude, you bring bagels? And he's like, bro, he's like, all of you motherfuckers asked me about bagels. I'm like, when you come in, you bring bagels, motherfucker. Like, where are the bagels?
He's like, I flew in.
He's like, I flew in. But everybody asked him about bagels. And then I was like, well, they're really good. Like, we don't get bagels like that here.
No.
So then he's sitting down. I was like, yeah. I was like, we just love them. The butter is fucking great, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, they just won best bagel in the city. And I'm like, what? Billy, you're bitching at me about not bringing your fucking bagels. And they just won best bagel in the city. Now I'm even more pissed off that I didn't get more bagels.
Yes.
So we were talking about it, and apparently the whole opening up the bagel shop was just an idea for his uncle. His uncle had the restaurant and fire Italian joint. But then like he's like, oh, we should do some bagels and this and that, like years ago. So then they got into opening up the fucking bagel joint. He said that he can't walk in there and just get a bagel because the line is always fucking long.
Oh shit.
Like it is always a fucking wait every single day of the week. I'm like, how do you get bagels there? He's like, dude, I call ahead and I tell him to set two aside and I come in and just snag the bag off the counter or off the fucking side. And I'm like, no, you don't. He's like, oh yeah, dude. He's like, I'm not waiting in the fucking line. I'm family. He's like, but dude, I literally have to call and like try and get bagels set up just to have two of them. He's like, for me and my girl, like, we just want bagels. So like, I got to call him, fucking tell him, set two aside for me. And they're like, oh yeah, we're always busy. And he's like, fuck, dude. Nuts.
Man, I feel like he's like underplaying how big of a deal it is to have best bagel.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Huge fucking like huge deal.
Yeah. And I also I've never like the bagels he brought in before were ridiculous.
Crazy good. Yeah.
But like I need a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel.
So I told him that. That's why I gave him shit about it. I was like, where's my bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, motherfucker? That's the thing up there, the salt, pepper, ketchup. Whenever you get a bagel, because I was like, I like you because they said that, and I'm like, yeah, just some ketchup. And they're like, oh, you don't want salt, pepper, ketchup? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like that's the order. The order is The order is a bacon, egg, and cheese on whatever bagel you would like. Bacon, egg, and cheese on an egg bagel, salt, pepper, ketchup. Salt, because then they do the salt and pepper shaker thing.
Yeah.
And then the ketchup on there, and it's fire. Yep.
I love bagels.
Love breakfast sandwiches
too.
I think that would probably be a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, salt, pepper, ketchup, maybe a little hot sauce is top 5 food for me.
Agreed.
Yeah, bagel sandwiches are a top 5 food for me.
We just got bagels from Oakmont the other day.
Were they good?
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Nothing groundbreaking. I'd go back.
Yeah.
Not soon though.
No.
Where's been the best bacon, egg, and cheese bagel you've gone?
New York.
A specific restaurant?
The place Vincenzo took us, I can't remember what it was called, but they had fire breakfast sandwiches. And Billy told me, obviously, that his grandfather or his uncle's spot is way better than the Long Island spot that Vincenzo has. And Vincenzo will tell me that place sucks and my place is better. Because that's just a New York thing to do.
Yeah.
We were explaining. I was like, because I have this thing, and I mean this in the nicest, most sweetheart way possible, but all people from New York and New Jersey are East Coast dickheads. They just are. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. And usually when I say that, it pisses somebody off. Oh, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Here's what I mean, okay? Vincenzo, sweetheart of a man. Largest, most just fucking mountain of a man. He will literally do anything for you. He will take the shirt off his back and wrap you in it if you needed it. If you needed a blanket, he'd take the shirt off and give it to you. You tell him that his favorite pizza joint sucks, you just fucking started World War III. You just pissed him off. All of a sudden, dickhead. All right? But he's not being a dickhead to be mean to you. He's letting you know how much he has love for his people.
Yep.
So it's like this whole demeanor that comes over. Like they got this fucking, like this ignorance to them that is just New York or New Jersey.
Territorial.
Yes. They are very like, fuck you. You don't like my shit, fuck you. But it's not like, fuck you, I want to punch you in the face and beat the hell out of you. It's just like, oh, fuck you, dickhead. Yeah. Like, it's fun. Like, poke back at me. Tell me it sucks. Tell me it sucks again. I'll tell you how much you suck, you know? So, as I'm doing this, it's kind of like the whole East Coast dickhead demeanor is who they are as people. It is their culture, okay? It is such an acquired taste there because someone like me goes there and I'm like, look at all these fucking dickheads. Like, they're just mean. So the reason I get to say this, and it happened to me in real time, in real life, whenever I accepted the fact that this is a truth. This is not just me being an asshole. I go to Vincenzo's spot to get the breakfast sandwiches with Vincenzo. There's a lot of people in this place. And whenever I go anywhere and I order anything, I'm relatively polite. Yes, please. Thank you. That's great. I'll have that, please. Thank you. Wonderful. Always polite. So I go in and I go up to make my order. Can I have I walk up to the register and they just look at me. Like, give me the nod, like, yes, you ready to order? I'm like, yes. They're like, go. And I'm like, it's like, can I have the salt, pepper, ketchup, or can I have a bacon, egg, and cheese on everything, salt, pepper, ketchup? Can I also have bacon, egg, and cheese on plain bagel with salt, pepper, ketchup, please? And they're just staring at me, not writing anything down. It is registering in their head. And then I order like 4 other sandwiches that take me like 3 fucking minutes to order. Like, yep. I give my card. Thank you. I take it and I go stand in the corner. Not much was said, okay? It was just me eyeing and umming and thank youing and great, wonderful, all right, you know, taking a little bit of time. And then, as I'm standing there, this large, portly gentleman walks in, and he has on a New York Yankees hat, walks in and just starts barking fucking orders at these people. Like, literally just, yeah, can I have 2 dozen egg bagels? Can I get this? And just like fucking chirping at these people. They're like, yeah, coming right up, dude. I'm like, if that motherfucker came in and started talking to me that way, I would have slapped the dog piss out of him. Meanwhile, I think those people liked that order way more than they liked my order.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I was like, they did not get angry at that guy whatsoever. He came in, ordered exactly what he wanted. He ordered like 3 or 4 bags of fucking bagels, was like, I want this, I want this, I want this. No, please, no, thank you. No, nothing. Handed the card. They did it. The transaction was fast as fuck, and he left. And I'm standing there like, this motherfucker. I was like, East Coast dickheads.
Yep.
They don't like me. They did not like me taking 7 minutes to make my order. They just wanted me to tell me what the fuck they want, I wanted, and get the fuck out of their store. East Coast dickheads.
It's like in the movies where like they'll motherfuck each other and then be like, well, how are the kids? How's the wife? Okay, good.
That is
all right. See ya.
That is what I witnessed in real time. And I'm like, so my whole East Coast dickhead thing is a truth. It is a real thing because I'm the one that was like just taking my good old time, and they were standing there like, you're not from around here, are you? You should get the fuck out of this fucking guy. You're from the fucking South, aren't you? Yeah. No, I'm from Pennsylvania. It's far enough south. Just order your shit and get the fuck out. Tell me you like it. Is it good? You like it? Yeah, I love it. Good. Get the fuck out.
You like the bagel? Good. Get the fuck out.
That's what I felt like it was. But so that whole East Coast thing, I love busting balls about it because this is my only way of like showing them love because like, I don't know. That's how it's going to be.
We've been watching Seinfeld like, and it's like season after season because Kim's never watched every episode, so we're watching every episode.
Nice.
And she's finally catching on like how people are growing up in New York. I was like, this is their culture. This is how they talk to each other. This is what they do. Like George Costanza is the perfect example. Just over the top, over animates everything. Even if it's over a cup of coffee.
Yep.
I love it.
I get it. I just get such a kick out of it whenever like the like Billy's uncle spot versus Vincenzo's spot in Long Island. And even whenever we told him, we were like, dude, I was like, because they asked, I think it was Shane that was here with me, best bagel sandwich you've ever had. And I'm like, dude, Vincenzo's spot's fucking good. And he's like, no. He's like, fuck that place in Long Island. That's Billy's comment back, and I'm like, that's it. It's real. It is real. Oh, I'll never forget it. And that's, I mean, that's the experience of going there and like experiencing a culture.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of culture in New York. It is.
It's a lot. I
can't handle it up there. I get anxiety thinking about it.
Yeah.
There's not too many things that I get anxiety about. That's one of them. Mm-hmm. Going there, one of them. Yeah. Next is LA. New York, LA. Those are the 2 spots for me. Denver's now getting up there too. Yeah, that's a different place too.
Yeah.
Super busy there. It's really pretty there though.
I hate anything like fucks with like how I drive to places and park and you know what I mean?
Yeah, city. I don't do it.
I hate that.
I am getting the older I get, the more I realize the older I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because now whenever I go anywhere, I'm like, you like that shit, didn't you? Like, dude, you're becoming more and more of a dad by the fucking day. I'm like, I have my spot that I do this at. I have this. And meanwhile, when you're young, you're like, fuck it, let's go do it. Like, fuck it. Who cares? Be spontaneous. Now, not so much.
The meter guy was at my parking spot at the YMCA this morning.
Oh.
He was like doing a little cleanup, which he did need to clean up. There was like a bunch of wad of gum and a old banana there for like 5 days. But that's where I park. I mean, there was 65 other spots, but
that's your spot.
It was my spot.
Yeah, getting older.
So I waited for him to get out of there. Kim's in her car. Like, what is he doing?
Wait, he was parked in your parking spot, is what you were saying.
He was like on an angle, and he had his dustpan and thing out, like cleaning up the spot. I was like, that's my spot. So like, I waited in the one lane. There's no other cars. Kim's already parked.
Does she spark in the same spot every day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she does. And I mean, she's standing outside of her car now waiting. And I waited for this guy to move, and then I zoomed in. There's another guy coming in, then I'm like, that fucker better not
Take my
swoop in and
spot.
take my spot.
Is your spot like super close to the door or something?
It has I back in and then I have a straight shot out of the parking lot.
Yes.
Because sometimes there's some church activity that they use the parking lot to like distribute foods and canned goods, and like you get caught on that left side, you're not getting out of there for 10 minutes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Bastards.
I know.
How's training going?
Training's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
We haven't really talked about that much.
No, I'm in shape, dude.
Are you?
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm based on all the data and all that shit. I'm much stronger than my best from last year.
Really?
Yeah.
When's your next race?
5 weeks.
No shit.
Yep. Galveston, Texas.
5 weeks. What's that?
April 7th or 8th.
Oh, that weekend.
Yep. And Galveston was my best race I've ever had. That was 2 years ago.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I should.
Full or half?
It's a half. It's flat as fuck.
Nice.
Be hot.
Yeah.
Galveston's humid as fuck.
Where's Galveston at?
Like East Coast, Texas, right on the.
Oh fuck!
Right on the Gulf, like it's.
Yeah, it's sticky,
steamy.
Yep.
Yeah, we fly into Houston, and it's about an hour drive to the coast.
Flying to Houston.
Houston. Yep. Yep. That's why I'm going to Florida this weekend. Get a little riding in outside because it's hot shit here.
Yeah, it's poop.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going well. Feeling fast, feeling strong. My weight is up, and I think it's in a good spot.
Where's your weight?
I'm like 195 to 200.
Oh shit!
Opposed to sitting at like 185.
Dude.
Yeah. But my numbers are showing it. And it is like a game of like weight to strength ratio. It really is. But on a flat course, it don't fucking matter. Flat course, I can hang with these guys that are $140.
Well, I mean, it's isn't it crazy that so much of today is based on the science? Okay.
Yeah.
Everything is. I went off on the podcast last night about this. Everything nowadays is so science-based. And there's a lot of data proving that science is very true. Okay. However, there is always going to be the intangibles. Okay. Always. And I can think of a few right off the top of my head right now. So everybody's telling you what you need to be at weight-wise. And here's the ratios. Here's this. Here's that. What happens? Because you're very science-based on everything. What happens if you just say, fuck it? Like the intangibles.
Yeah.
What happens if you just say, fuck it? And you're like, well, I need to keep my weight around 185. Why? Because the fucking science says so?
Right.
That's a great fucking story, bud. But I tell you what, there's a whole lot of people that throw that fucking science book out the motherfucking window come time to throw the fuck down.
Yep.
A lot of people say, hey, this book can suck my fucking dick. We've been reading this goddamn thing for so long. I'm going to throw it the fuck away and it's out. And I'm just going to throw the fuck down today. You know what I mean? Like that's how competition works. And it's like, there's always so much science. And then there's that part where you're just like, you got to keep your weight around here. This is what you should be doing. Yeah. It's great. And you said that your numbers are showing it, but like you've tried for a couple of years now to keep your weight somewhere under the 200 pound or under the 190 mark going in and this and that.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you train really well, but you haven't thrown down really well.
Yep.
So now it's kind of like, well, let's just see what happens.
Right.
Fuck it. And then fucking Ben with his golf. He said he had his golf channel.
Yeah.
And all that. Have you gone on there and read what he does?
Yes.
The comments and everything?
Yes. I just like dove into it this morning.
Well, everybody's telling him about his shitty swing. Okay. How it's not this and it's not that. It's not perfect. You know, you have, oh, you're chopping wood or you're coming over the top way too much. I'm like, hey, dickheads. Ben's been golfing for a year. Okay.
Not even a full year.
Not even a full year. And even though Ben might have an ugly swing, I'm going to go ahead and say that a lot of the people that are in the comments criticizing that man's swing would not beat Ben.
No.
The man's not bad at golf.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been golfing for a year. So his balls go straight.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to hit a certain distance with each club straight after 1 year of playing golf.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and fucking say that after 2 to 3 years of him playing golf, he's going to be pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be really good at golf. He's going to be better at golf than the people that are in these comments telling him that his swing sucks and his club face is way too open on the backswing. I'm like, okay, so you are right. His club face is open on the backswing. Whenever he fucking makes contact with that ball, it's flush and it fucking goes straight.
Yep.
So please tell me why your fucking opinion matters so much if he's doing something that 85% of people can't do playing golf.
Yeah. Did you see the guys then too that were like, hey, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
You hit the ball straight. Keep doing it. Keep doing your thing.
How many unorthodox swings have there been that are pro golfers?
Oh, dude. Every one of them has a different swing. All of them. There's maybe 3 to 5 guys that have textbook, like, this is how you should do it.
There are so many of these motherfuckers that are so science-based that the fucking nuances of all the science has become the cool thing. And I'm like, what about the art of it all? These fucking douchebag little fruitcakey cunts online talking constantly about the science. And I'm like, you have taken away the art of all of this. Mm-hmm. The art of training in the gym is gone because they're like, well, the biomechanics tell me that your elbow should be here and better than this. And I'm like, well, you can take the biomechanics and shove them straight up your fucking ass because you got 4th call out, motherfucker.
Yep.
What the fuck you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
That is the art of whatever it is that you're doing. That's what made it fun. You spend hours at the driving range, just hitting balls, dude, learning your body, seeing how it feels. When you get tired, what's going to happen, how that's going to work. Spend hours in the gym figuring out, like, dude, so I was doing some fucking front raises last night, and this is what I was trying. I mean, how many sets of front raises did you do? Like 20. Why would you do that? That's too many. Well, yeah, but also, what am I supposed to do? Do 4 sets this week and 4 sets for the next 5 weeks to get to 20? No, I'm going to see how it looks and see how it feels. Fuck it, I ain't got nothing else to do. I like the gym. I like being there. How do you think we have gotten to this point of evolution with everything if we just did the bare minimum of what the science told me is the most effective way to do things?
Yeah.
You've taken the art out. Now, there are certain things that you need to consider, like science does play a role, and there are a lot of people who have done incredible studies, and we have furthered everything through the science. But at the same time, there is an art form to everything that everyone does. There's an art to it. That's what makes it beautiful. And that's why I'm like, fuck, there's so much of this shit of people that have done nothing online giving this science-based bullshit. And I'm like, well, how many ways have people done side raises? A lot of different ways. So why don't you just spend some time in the gym? The time is the thing that no one wants to do. Spend the time in the gym. Spend hours in the gym. Well, I don't have hours. Well, then you're not going to excel as far as you're not going to optimize yourself. Mm-hmm. That is the difference between so many old school things and so much new school today.
Yeah.
Like the time in the gym. dude, fuck it. What else are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I looked at it. I mean, and recently I'm still here training late at night, just fucking around and being like, yeah, this is fun. This is cool. It's like my arm workout. Like people were freaking out. I had that fucking arm workout I posted, like me posing. And I'm like, I had an absolutely fucking ridiculous arm pump. Well, it was because like I actually tried a couple new things that I thought were gonna get my arms stupid fucking jammed. And it worked.
It worked.
Because I did something that I normally didn't do previous to all of my arm training. Like I always start off with cables to warm up, and then I would move right into hammer curls, help thicken up the biceps. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that today. So I did my cables, started warming up, and then I was like, you know what I'm going to start with? I'm going to do 2 sets of 21s on the machine preacher curl. Yeah, because I know that 21s push a ton of blood, and it won't be hard and heavy. It won't put a ton of stress on my elbows or my shoulders. And I'll get a stupid, nasty pump. It worked.
It worked.
It worked. The only way you're going to find out if that works is by doing it. Not because the science told me to, but because I felt like it was a good idea, and then it worked. I'm sure if you hooked up all your science to me, you would be like, whoa, I can't believe all the effects that are happening from this. And it's like, yeah, but I didn't do it because the science told me to do it. I did it because it felt like the right thing to do at that time because of the experience and the time that I've spent in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to throw the science out and just paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where me and my coach got to with everything, you know, because I compete with the team on all these workouts and, you know, they usually have me by a little bit, but she's like, you're right there. She's like, on race day, she's like, they could all have just a bad day and you have a great day and you have the power to, you know, to beat these guys. So that's where we stay.
It's hard because a lot of the time, like you're finding thresholds.
Mm-hmm. That's all triathlon is finding the threshold, working at threshold for an extended period of time to push the threshold higher. And then the idea is that you're pushing maximum threshold on race day.
It is, and I think it's in everything. Like it doesn't matter what you do in life. That's all it is you're finding out. Like even people that like even people that are mechanics and like gearheads.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's all they're doing with all the vehicles that they work on. They're finding the thresholds and then figuring out how to make it better.
Yep.
But the only way to find out what something could handle is by pushing that threshold and pushing it as far as you can go until it bursts and explodes and breaks or whatever it may do. It's like, that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's the thing that just drives me up a wall about today.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking, there's so much like, why can't you just fucking do cool shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We're having fun.
We are having fun here.
Having fun here, you fucking assholes.
That was so funny yesterday.
I was on one and Nick called me Abby Lee Miller. But I don't know. What's your take on that, Aiden?
Like the fucking.
Do you agree
with science?
Do you agree with what I was saying?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The science thing is tough. I mean, but the thing is, they are smart, and you need smart people, and you need those things. But at the same time, you need to, like, I think, what was it? Probably the last time we were talking about Lane Norton. Like, whenever we were talking about him, he is someone who studies the science, but at the same time, like, he understands it because he also does this. And then I'm like, I'm the type of person that you would study.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at things like that. Like you study Ronnie Coleman as a specimen. You study these people as specimens because I like doing it. I'm not someone I do not have excitement for me to research other things. I'm the one that would like to be a part of the research.
Yeah.
I'd like to be that one. That's how I look at it. Like, I find enjoyment and excitement. So, you know, it's not that I'm not shitting on the people who do the science. I'm shitting on the people who regurgitate the science.
No, the science is cool for like the baseline and like you know, if you don't know shit at all. But
Yeah.
like, I like the fact of like going into the gym and like your workouts are your research because you find what works for your body because everyone's biomechanics are different.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I learned about forced production areas years ago with Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, yeah, because some people are like, oh man, like whenever they're training chest, they're like, I just feel it so much in my shoulders. I'm like, yeah, it fucking looks like it. You got a weak chest and crazy dominant shoulders. And then they look at me and they're like, but you have both big shoulders and a big chest. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm awesome. But no, but that's just a joke. But Jake, we were talking about it like whenever I start training and I can already feel it in my chest, it's a little banded.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can feel everything binding up. And he's like, well, it's because your force production area is on your outer chest. He's like, that's like exactly where you initiate force from is your pecs. He's like, that's why they always get tight. That's why you always have like the micro tears and you get all beat up in there. And I can feel them like banding up.
Mm-hmm.
But other people, they are their front delts. That's why they have a weak chest. And it's like, and he's like, oh yeah. So a lot of them, like we try and help them. They beat their shoulders up so much. He's like, we need to get them to activate in their chest. And I'm like, holy shit. Okay. So this is where it comes in for me. Like the science gets thrown out the fucking window now, because if the science mattered, okay, this chest dominant person and this shoulder dominant person would get the same effects from doing the exercise the exact same. We don't get the same exact results from doing the same exact exercise the same exact way. So now comes in why a good coach or somebody that's really good at training can pinpoint these things. And where I come in and I'm like, okay, now let's do some exercises together. And I'm just going to watch how your body works. I'm just going to watch and see how you do flies. I'm going to watch and see where your shoulders do, your elbows do, your hands do. I'm going to watch how you get into how you set up the seat. I'm going to analyze everything that you do just based, because now I know, look at your shoulders, your chest sucks. We need to get your chest bigger. You have fucking weak lower chest. So that means that you do not put any stress on your outer pecs. And then there's science people, there's no such thing as outer pecs. Oh yeah?
Oh no?
No, there isn't. You're right. There's no such thing as an inner chest muscle. You don't have an inner chest muscle. Do you? No, you don't. It's not. But per bodybuilding and working with a coach, you work with Hani, your inner chest is going to be sore than a motherfucker. Why? He's going to pinpoint that bitch. Even though there's no inner chest muscle, your inner chest will be like, dude, my inner chest is fucking smoked. Whenever you work with me and somebody that has a weak outer chest, what happens when you work with me? All right, my outer chest is fucking thick. Dude, it is sore today. Like Ty will say it. I'm like, yeah. Because we targeted the fucking specific area by a range of motion. Like whenever you're doing something like, okay, like you have to do full range of motion. No, you don't. We are not powerlifters. We are not that. We are bodybuilders. We are going to pinpoint certain areas on your body with exercises, range of motion, and manipulation of your elbows, shoulders, body position, hands, everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can do that. I'm just good at it. And it's different for everybody. Like working with Ty, I'm like, yeah, look at you. It's right there. Look at you. And then there's overanalyzation of everything. Calm down, just do the exercise. Let's just see what happens. You know, and whenever you're doing lat pull downs, lat pull down matters where your hands are placed on the bar and then where you're pulling it to. Are you all the way in? Or do you put your knees all the way in on the legs where you get positioned, or are you halfway out? It's on the lower part of your knees. All of it plays a fucking role. All of it plays a fucking role. Every bit of it. And there is science to that, but also there's so many different manipulation and ticks in there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, agreed.
There's a million things, dude. There's a million things that go into it, and they're all different for everyone. The art of training is what is lost today, and it pisses me the fuck off because that's what made it so cool. What makes it cool to train with Seth Feroce is that you would get a piece of my mind, not the science. You'd get a piece of my artwork, of my philosophy. Whenever I would train with anyone else, the same thing occurs. Why would it be great to train with Jay Cutler? Because Jay knows the science behind everything? No, I don't give a fuck about the science. I want a piece of that man's philosophy. I just want to get around him because I'm going to learn something that is an intangible, that the only person that figured out that way was Jay Cutler, Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, Branch Warren. You were able to gather something from them that was their art, their life's fucking work. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. Like, that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes working with a great coach, someone that has so much passion for something that you're like, holy fuck. I feel like I just found something that I could search for my entire life and never gather, but I gathered it from you, which is your philosophy, your life's work, your art.
That's what I kind of like was thinking about the other day. I realized like about like me getting a coach and stuff like that, because like you can try to do it all yourself and stuff. And I'm like, it's cool. You can only go so far. And then say you hire a coach. I started thinking about it from like my past of like football, playing sports. It's like, well, you can't just walk up to the football field at a young age and just start playing. You don't really like know anything.
No.
So you have these football coaches over time. You start to learn and adapt. And I'm like, it makes sense for the gym if like I've learned a fair amount from research and YouTube, but like, what if you take it that next step to get a coach, someone that's been through it, has clients, knows
what you are, and that's what you're paying for whenever you hire a coach. You are paying for their knowledge, what they can add to you. And a good coach and a good client is someone that is willing to accept that knowledge from them, because you have to be coachable. Like, if you want to go, if you're going to hire a coach that has a proven track record, bitch, you got to be coachable. You got to be willing to accept it. And then actually, if they say XYZ, you do XYZ to your best ability. Not like what you're saying your best ability is, but actually your best ability, because it might work for you. And that's what you're doing. You're seeing if this type of philosophy or this type of style training or this type of diet works for you. That's what you're paying for. Yeah. I think that today it's just kind of like, and that's why I'm like this whole old school bit that we're on right now. Old school was that. That's what you got excited about when you would train with another person. If I am going to go and train with someone else, it's like, I just want to learn. I want you. Give me you. And I will see how it works with me. Because if it works, I might pick up one fucking thing. We're like, yeah. Out of the 20 things we did, I got one. I'll fucking take it. And I want people to do that with me as well. That's why we do whiteboard workouts. That's why we put everything out there so much, is because I'm like, dude, you might be able to take one thing and learn from me and it make your life better. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like the overcomplication. Trying to confuse yourself.
Well, people like to feel important. Everybody likes to feel important. I've noticed that's a big thing. People like to feel important. Yeah. They get enough clicks or enough likes or enough anything. That's all they feel important.
That's all it is.
And there's more people than ever that are very good at regurgitating information rather than living. Like in my style of life is motherfucker, I'm gonna live. I'm more than likely not gonna be here for as long as some other people. But while I'm here, I'm gonna make sure that I live and experience life and provide as much as I can to the masses for those feelings and experiences of life. Because I know one thing, I'm not fucking perfect, never have been, never will be, but I am going to live life to its fullest extent, because that's why I'm here. You're supposed to live. You're not just supposed to fucking be here to do everything by the book and do everything that every book has ever said for you to do. Work your 40 hours a week and then make sure that you retire at 65 and you go on vacation with your wife, and then you guys go and just try to make sure that you can see your grandkids every single Wednesday, and then you'll die. No, dude, I'm sorry. I'm not that type of guy. I'm going to live my life to the fullest extent to make sure that I have an impact on the people that are important to me, to know that they should be living to their fullest extent. That's just how I feel. That's the style of life that I've chosen. There's so many times that so many people will criticize everything that you do simply because they have a platform. but inside they know that they're going to go to a job that they absolutely fucking hate, that they just get paid just enough money to not leave or ever take a leap or ever try something. And they continue to live in this fucking moot standpoint and look at fucking Instagram models all day, jerk off to them instead of experiencing life with their wife. They sit there and they criticize everybody because they wish they could live, but they can't because they don't believe in themselves. That's not the fucking type of person I am. Yeah. I'm the type of person that's going to put myself out there and get you to actually believe in yourself just enough to fucking take a chance on yourself one time. So that way you can at least start to feel that you are more than you actually are in the current setting you are.
Yeah.
And it's that thing where it's tough, it's scary, it's intense because it's everybody with the internet, everybody's going to criticize you for every single little thing that you ever fucking do in your life. And you're like, dude, I mean, come on, go after something, take a chance and live. And that's what the internet is missing in the biggest way, is people that are willing to live and, you know, your way. You don't gotta live like me. You don't gotta live like XYZ. Just be you. Be what you think you should be. Fuck it. Like it's around every corner that, you know, just because, you know, you start making some money, you're supposed to buy a flashy car. Just because you live in this part of the world, you're supposed to do this. Just because this is like the norm that I should do here. It's like, no, do what you think you should do. Who cares? Carve your own path. Fuck it. You know? Yeah. It's such a wild place. And that that's what put me on one, is the whole art of life. Yeah.
It's like people, like they're so scared of like being tired or not having like it occupying so much of your downtime. Like I've never, there's so many people I know that downtime is like so imperative, like downtime, like sitting around literally doing fucking nothing.
Oh.
And I get that there's times where I just need to shut down, and I appreciate those moments very much. But I mean, dude, I don't stop at all Monday through Sunday, you know, and my parents think I'm fucking crazy. Most of my family thinks I'm crazy. People are like, oh, well, you could just take the day off. It's fine. Well, that's not what I want to do. Like doing special things, whether it's for this company or with triathlon or bodybuilding, like, dude, you're not, it's about what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
What, and it, a lot of people just like to look at what other people do, like in your downtime. In your downtime, what are you doing? You're on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time, or whatever percentage it would be, downtime, people are on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're sitting there doing nothing in their downtime, if I open my phone, I'm doing nothing. I'm sitting on my ass at work, looking at my phone, and people will, and there's a lot of stuff that catches traction of criticizing others. People love critique videos. It shows in the views. It shows in the comments. I'm not trying to criticize. I want to do cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. I want more cool shit to occur. Mm-hmm. And when people have their downtime, it's easy to criticize. And they're criticizing while they're doing nothing about people that are doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is like, do you know how fucking special it is that you're just here, alive and healthy?
Mm-hmm.
You know how fucking unique that is? You know how many fucking things go wrong in the world that people have real fucking problems? Like, and you sitting there, you downtime. It's great. Take some downtime. But whenever you're in your downtime, like, do something positive. Don't grow into the negative and the critiquing and all. Did you see such and such on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I don't even fuck with it anymore. I go through Facebook and like cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
I go through Instagram and like cool shit. I go through TikTok and like cool shit. I go through YouTube and watch cool shit YouTube videos. Whenever I watch a movie now, I'm watching movies that are action-packed, thrillers, and comedies. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm not fucking with things that bring in this weird negative vibe to me. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it. It fucks with my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just want to do cool shit.
Yeah. And like, it doesn't even have to be directed to like becoming the best athlete on the planet. Like, I love how great of shape I am in because I can go do things that most wouldn't even be able to go explore and just do leisurely because it's demanding.
Yes.
Like, dude, when I get lost on the trail for like 3 hours and I see like parts of the rivers and the creeks and the mountains that I've never seen before, dude, most people can't even get to where I was to see that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it might not be your thing, but like, how do you know it's not? Like when I get there and I see that there's this dam up north, once I get through the entire trail, which no one ever goes that far. No one does. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how many people have ever seen this up here. Yes. And it's just super cool.
And it's funny that you say that because it's like, people don't even know if it's their thing. And it's like, you didn't even know it was your thing.
Had
you
no
used to
idea.
Be 285-pound fat Bob.
Yep.
That like, I laughed at you when you said you were buoyant in the water.
Yep. I remember the day.
I do too.
You know, like I thought going to a park or going to a trail was like parking and then like walking like a half mile into the trail.
Yeah.
Where you see 500 fucking people on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone where I go now.
No.
There's no one out there.
Mm-mm. No. And that's the thing that I'm like, go experience it. Go try it.
Yeah.
Push yourself. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude, because when you get back from doing something like that,
you feel different.
Oh, dude, it's so different.
I mean, it's like whenever I was doing driveway workouts, it's like I tell people, like, it just experiences. Like I'm doing the 12-week thing with Ty. It's like, why? It's an experience. Fuck it. Have it. See what happens.
Yep.
You might like it. You might not like it, but do it, motherfucker. You say you're going to do it, just fucking do it.
Yep. I mean, and to that point, like a lot of people don't even, they create those excuses like as to why they can't do that like we do. But you don't need a fancy gym. You don't need a home gym and like a $10,000 treadmill and a big time bike and all the fucking supplements and weights in the world. You don't need any of that. It's the feeling that we're all chasing, guys. Like
I did 31 days straight of hero workouts. 31. I wanted to quit so many times. Ask him. He was there for a lot of them. But I said, there is no way. I'm not doing this, motherfucker. There were times whenever I fell asleep. I slept in the gym for 30 minutes and woke up at 8:30 because we were going through all the bullshit here. And then working late and then being like, I got to do my fucking hero workout. It's 8 o'clock. I would go into the gym and be like, there's no way I'm going to complete this fucking workout right now. I cannot. I would lay down, sleep 30 minutes, wake back up and go, all right, let's do this, motherfucker. There were times whenever Hannah was away for gymnastics. Same thing. It's 11 o'clock. I remember one of them. It was 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, I have to do this fucking workout. SJ, I had to put SJ down because it was freezing cold. It was like 19 degrees outside. Couldn't take him outside with me. So I put him to sleep and then went out inside and did the workout. It took me like 9 minutes to do. And it was fucking horrible. It's freezing cold. It sucked. I wore gloves. Like you can do these things. You just have to push yourself to see if you can. There was probably 6 workouts where I had no business doing them. No business. Shouldn't have fucking did them. But I did it. And now I can look back and have it. I have them all on my phone. And look and be like, man, that was fucking crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be like some big reason to do it all.
No.
You know, it's the feelings you get from it.
Just don't give up.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Just don't. Just fuck it.
With all things.
Fuck it. Like, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, that's that part about it that it's like, it's scary. It's hard. It's difficult. Yeah, dude, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. You don't know unless you try. You don't.
And I mean, these things lead to meeting new people, like forming new communities, like being part of something that other people have like endured or have tried. And it's like this just completely removed you from like potentially a rut that generations of your family have been in. And that sounds shitty to say, because you might have a lot of respect for your family and the values and all that stuff, but it's like, dude,
Hey,
there's so much.
dude, you don't know what you're capable of in any aspect of life unless you really push yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up, my dad, my mom, I grew up in a wonderful home.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. It was great. They wanted nothing but the best for me. And I'm like, that's all I think about for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want the best for you. Now, I then realized that I was a little bit crazy and a little bit different. And with me looking back upon it all, they wanted me to have the most steady, great life in the world. Every parent wants their kid to have the most steady, wonderful life, like steady job, dude. Good job. Making 80 grand a year, making 100 grand a year, steady job. You're in it, dude. Like, you're perfect. You're set for life. I don't know if I like that. I kind of like being a little intense, and it's a scary thing. And like you just said, like I don't know, chance it. Like, go after it. You don't know. Like, you might be able to break something that was in your family or a way of doing things that's not normal, because everybody in your family has a swell job and they work Monday through Friday. They work 8 to 4. They work some overtime in the holidays. They go on one vacation a year. They do all these things. And that's a great way of life. You're not wrong. But who's to say you can't go after something extravagant while you're doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's great. You have a really great job and you're doing a good job and it's awesome. But what else are you doing with your life? You doing anything cool? You training? You train for something? You work out? Are you involved in your community? Are you doing something cool with your kids? Like, are you coaching your kids' team? Okay, so you're just going to work and you're not pushing yourself. You're not pushing your kids. You're not included in their programs. You're not doing anything like it. Are you excelling at work at like a high level? Are you working very hard at your job where you're going to climb the ladder at where you are? And no, you're not doing that. Okay. So then what the fuck are you doing? Because if you are going to go to work, you should give everything you can whenever you're going to work. You should give work your best. And if you say, well, I don't give work my best because they don't reward that, well, did you find out and try? Because if that's not the case and you can get away with being 25% of your full potential at your job, then you need to find another fucking job. Give your everything to your job and see what occurs. And then whenever you go home and be dad or be husband or be anything, you go give 100% of yourself to there. That is the mentality that we live by. Mm-hmm. Because you don't have to run marathons and you don't have to do all this. But I think that if you have opportunity in life to do something cool or experience something, do so. Like, oh, you liked hiking. Nice. Cool. Where'd you go hiking? Oh, we go to the trail. Nice. Do you take the kids? No, they're not really interested. Did you make them go?
Yeah.
Maybe you should make them go.
Mm-hmm.
Experience it as a family. Try something. Like force them to do things. Push them to do things. And that's something that it's touchy and it's intense about the world, because it's, oh, you shouldn't do those things either. It's like, I see a lot of people doing some really cool shit, and then there's people that aren't. And it's like, I'm like, try it. Fuck it. Take a leap. Go after something. Just do something, motherfucker. And I don't know. Like and what I was getting at within my house, like my parents, like, dude, they thought I was fucking crazy. Then they realized and knew that I was crazy. And then I failed. And then I went back and they were like, you're just straight up fucking stupid, aren't you? Like I remember my mom saying, "You can't be that dumb. Are you serious?" Yeah. Yeah, I am. Because she was nervous for me. She was afraid.
Mm-hmm.
She was afraid that I would fail again. She was afraid that it wouldn't work out. She was afraid of what would occur. And it's like, you can't be this stupid. This is just fucking stupid. Yes, it is. I know I am. And there's a couple, I can't remember who said it, but I saw someone put it on a shirt. They were too dumb to quit. Like, that really is. There's a few people like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's scary because I stopped working a job that I was getting a base salary of 75 grand with every perk, and it was over $90,000 is what I was getting paid to do. A great fucking job. I quit that job to do this. Spent all our money. Spent everything. If my kid told me that, I would be like, you're fucking stupid, aren't you? Yes, I am, Dad. It's like I said, and I think that, and it's not for everybody, but you just need to make sure that you recognize that in life, like you have the ability to do some really incredible things. And it might not be owning a company or running a company, but it might be working with kids. It might be being part of your community. You might have so much more in you than you actually ever realized. Mm-hmm. Like you're a perfect example. 285-pound fat bod trying to power lift, trying to bodybuild, trying to do all this. And now you run Ironmans and you're actually pretty fucking good at it. And it's like, holy fucking smokes, you're kidding me, right? Nope, didn't know it was inside of me. I had no fucking clue it was inside of me. Had no clue. Turns out it is in there. Somewhere it was in there the whole fucking time. Yep. So if you never do these things, you'll never know. So experience it. And it's like, and I say this with Adeline, because Adeline's really, really smart. And I just tell her, I'm like, fuck it, dude. I was like, just go after it. And she has big tests and she's doing really well. I'm like, just keep working. Fuck it. What else are you going to do? Just work. Mm-hmm. Get as smart as you can at it. Give it your absolute fucking best. If you give it your absolute fucking best, truly your best, and you fail, I'll never be mad at you. Mm-hmm. I'll give you guidance. But bitch, you're going to have to figure it out for your fucking self as you get older. Because I know that if that kid gives her absolute best to something that she's doing, it's going to be pretty incredible. Mm-hmm. And she'll never be broke, and she'll always be okay. Because I do not want my children coming to me as an adult and asking for money. I do not want that. I think that I would just be very upset. I want them coming to me and saying, I need money. I'm like, oh, what do you need money for? I need $1 million. What the fuck you need $1 million for? Well, I'm thinking of starting my own practice. Oh, so you want a business partner? Fuck yeah. Now we're talking. Like, that's what I want to hear. Mm-hmm. And you never know what's going to happen in life, but that's what I want to see. I don't want her, trying to needing $20 for something when she's 40 years old. Mm-hmm. No, whenever you're 40 years old, you should be well established in your career and looking to somehow expand and what you can do next and how you could do it. Yeah, you want to go big. Oh, nice. Yeah. And it's super intense, but I think that, I don't know, that's what life's about. You're supposed to go after things. Yeah. Take chance on yourself. This one did. Mm-hmm. Up and left. Said, fuck it. I'll move to Pennsylvania. You need somebody? I'll move to Pennsylvania. Yeah. Nice. This is cool. Up and moved his entire life at 22 years old. You got some balls, don't you, boy? I like that shit. So I think that, I don't know. Go after it. Experience life. It's supposed to be fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. Great time.
Yeah. I had to roll my neck out. Yeah. Training is, I need to go see Jake, and I need to keep rolling my back out. I need to roll my back out every day. Yeah. Look. My body's responding. I didn't do cardio this morning.
It's over for you.
And because today's my day off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think my weight was this morning?
Probably was down.
Nope.
Did you hit it yet or no?
What, my scale? Oh, I stepped on the scale this morning.
What was
219?
I was 217.2.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I started this at like 212. It was 212.6 is what I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
I usually weigh myself post cardio, but I didn't do cardio this morning. So I'm like, let's just see where I am. And I'm like, whoa. But I'm working out. I'm eating 5 whole meals a day
Mm-hmm.
with a couple snacks.
Dude, the shot in the green tank.
Yeah.
Bro,
that I mean,
that's pretty
I saw it and I
wild.
was like, whoa.
Jam. Well, I mean, and that's the thing here. I will say this. Okay. I'll say a couple things right now. I'm really good at this. Like, this is what I'm good at. I'm really good at this. Like, that's why I'm having so much fun, because my body is still responding. Like, I'm still responding to the training, to the food. I'm like, ooh, this is what I fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still responding and I love it. And this is what I'm good at. I wasn't good at CrossFit stuff. I mean, I kind of was. I wasn't bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But in comparison, I'd say that, like, if I'm PhD level bodybuilder, I was a very good professional bodybuilder. I was a kindergartner functional guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference in knowledge, experience, all of it. I'm really fucking good at this. So I know, like, just the little things that I'm doing. I'm like, ooh. Like some of the shots that I'm hitting. There's a video I did last night. I did chest. And I'm like, that's a pretty cool shot. That's a lot of fun. I'm going to post it today because it's fun. I like it. I'm responding to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's just, this is what I feel like. This is what I feel like I am the best at in my life. I feel like this is what I'm the best at. I'm pretty good at a lot of things in life, but I know for a fact that I'm really fucking good at this. And everybody that, like, that's the whole art form thing, that it's coming back. Like, I'm molding these workouts and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, this is what made this fun. Why is everybody talking about science? This is what made it fun. Like, fuck it. Fuck it. Just go have fun in the gym, everybody. And like, that's why the passion is coming back, because I see so many videos and I'm like, oh my God, you're ruining the gym, you fucking tools. You're ruining it. It's supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be science. This is where bros hang out. This is where we fucking pose together and somehow look cool and be like, bro, your biceps are getting bigger. What'd you do? Nobody's like, well, the angle of those biceps. No, it never happened that way. That's not what built this fucking industry. That's not what built bodybuilding.
Make old cool.
Love it so much. But I had a good time.
Me too.
This whole time, this deliciousness.
We're gonna acknowledge this stuff.
Nope.
I was gonna say, is there an elephant in the room or no?
Yeah. The greatest protein flavor of all time is sitting on the table here for the past hour and 24 minutes.
Yep.
Have not talked about it one bit. Guess what? It's a limited flavor, just like Never Ending Chocolate.
Yeah. Good luck.
Never Ending Chocolate sold out in 71 minutes.
You're going to want to be there.
You definitely want to be here for this. This is, everybody says this is better than Never Ending Chocolate.
Yeah.
It is unanimous across the board in the office. This marshmallow milk.
Do not just buy one.
I would say you need to buy 2.
Yes. It's the best flavor ever.
Every single person in the office has said such.
Possibly the best label of all time.
Bob did the label.
I did do that label.
It's fire.
Can you show the label? Like, do you want to pull it closer?
I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, we could pull it up.
Into your camera.
We should also mention that with this delicious Move My Gila mix, code Brett, 10% off. He's the only person I know with the code. With this delicious marshmallow milk farm fed, it is 25 grams of protein per serving.
Mm-hmm.
28 servings. There's more protein per jug in this than there was the old farm fed.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, farm feds that are coming out, this being the very first one, 25 gram, 28 serving, is now going to be the staple across all the farm feds. So as the farm feds run out of stock, there will be new stock of farm feds coming back in that are 25 grams per serving, 28 servings. Marshmallow milk, make you feel like a kid again. It is fucking delicious.
It's pretty insane.
It actually, you know, do you ever notice that like proteins don't always smell great?
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you're like, that's a little tingy. I don't know if I like that smell. And then you drink it and you're like, oh my God, it's delicious.
Yep.
This one has both.
Yep.
It is delicious smelling.
The most like nostalgic.
How about this?
Protein. Yeah.
I'm going to read the macros on this delicious protein as well.
Let's do it.
25 grams per serving, 28 servings per can. Total fat, 0.5 gram. Carbohydrates, 1. Sugars, 0. Protein, 25 grams. What? Wait till you try this fucking protein. It's going to melt your mind.
It tastes as good as it looks.
It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, we're also dropping a new limited edition sour flavor of the grind, which is our amino acid and hydration formula. Sour electric lime. Now, whenever we sampled this, I was like, what is that crazy flavor? It's just, I don't know what this is, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And as we went through it, we figured out that it tastes fucking identical to old school lemon lime Gatorade.
Yep.
Like, I mean, identical. It has such an old school nostalgic flavor on this bitch. It is crazy.
Like the old school powdered Gatorade.
Yes. The old school powdered Gatorade is exactly what this tastes like.
Yep.
I'm a big fan.
Huge fan.
The nostalgia that we have right now, this old school vibe that we've been going with, and this nostalgia of these two flavors will melt your fucking mind.
Yes.
It's awesome.
It's only the beginning.
We have so many cool things coming up.
We have a ton of shit happening. It's fucking ludicrous. Good times.
Yep.
Probably should have did that at the beginning of the podcast.
It's okay.
Maybe you could move that to the beginning of it.
Yeah, we're clickbait with it, and they'll watch all the way to the end to find it. Keep the view time up.
Oh, I love it. But everyone, as always, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you share the shit out of this. Make sure that you continue to be good motherfuckers. Be good dads, be good moms, be good brothers, be good sisters, be good at everything that you can in your life. And slap your lady on the ass. That has become a trend on the internet. Have you noticed?
Mm-hmm.
Been saying it for years, and finally, everybody caught on. Thank you, Seth. Such an asshole. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
See you guys.